Yeah, it's recording now. So like, I guess whenever you guys want to, just... Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Luserz podcast. Shit that was 5 years in the making.
Yeah, we've been pushing through for quite some time. Here we are.
We've had the fucking technology to do it for hell and ever. It's just... But, it's just, I don't know. We just finally got around to doing it, so...
Yeah, it's taken a long fucking time. Because we've had, like, the stuff to do it for years. And it's all been used. The only thing that hasn't been used until now is, like, the soundproofing. But let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. My name is Trey.
I'm Charles.
I'm Dylan.
All right.
We should probably explain who we are, I guess, and what the fuck we're doing here.
Yeah, like, you guys want to...
Well, we all met in high school, which was, at least this whole debacle's been 5 years ago.
Yeah, because it's 2020 now, and we met junior year of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's like 2015.
2014, 2015.
Yeah, so like 5 or 6 years, like we just had the idea like, yeah, let's do a podcast. And then,
We're lazy. We are all just very lazy people.
We all knew each other separately, but we didn't actually convene together until I think it was Dylan and Trey were talking. And what was the first battle?
So to set the tale here, I met Trey in a biology class.
No, it was a criminal science. Oh, no, because we did meet in the biology class.
Yeah,
before
we had a biology class together first where we kind of met but never really talked a whole lot. And then I met Charles in an English class. Again, we didn't really talk a whole lot in this English class. Like, I think one day Charles complimented me on a shirt because I had like a Batman shirt, and I said something about Kevin Conroy. And Charles was like, oh yeah, he's cool. And I showed like, well, I met him. I have a picture with him. So I showed him that. And that was kind of our first interaction I can remember.
Yeah, and in that class, you got to witness my star-studded, forgot the word, but it was Tituba. And like the Crucible.
Oh yes, Charles was the titular role of Tituba in the Crucible.
Award-winning, honestly.
I mean, to be fair, when I picture Tituba, Charles is the exact face that comes in my mind. Like old because Charles is an old black lady.
Charles got yelled at in class as Tituba.
Yeah, didn't you kind of like do a little accent with it?
Yeah. Okay, well, if you're gonna have me read a fucking play part, I'm gonna do it right.
I mean, more power to you.
I mean,
honestly.
I go full sin. Doesn't matter what I'm doing.
Like if Scarlett Johansson can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, if she can be a fucking tree or, a transgender paraplegic black woman, I can play Tituba.
Well, you did, and you got yelled at. I don't remember if you got to keep doing it afterwards.
No, she switched me to the one dude who gets crushed by the rock.
So Charles went from Tituba to getting crushed by a fucking rock.
Such is the price for racism.
Which I think is just a little racist. A little racist in and of itself. But, we're going to move on from past careers.
And so fast forward a little bit. Still, we're in high school here. I had took a criminal justice class. And at this point, I was the only person I knew in there, obviously.
Yeah, and then I switched out of theater class because theater kids are the fucking worst.
Did you have theater, or did you have
Southern theater?
Were you like in drama, or did you do stagecraft?
I did stagecraft and I stuck with it.
Stagecraft was fun. I did that my freshman year.
I actually had theater, and I hated every motherfucker in that class.
That's fair. I saw a fight when I had stagecraft.
Jesus Christ, dude! Here's how much theater kids were hated at our school. The drama teacher asked me to audition for a role, and she said, Trey, even if you're worse than the guy who already auditioned, I'll give it to you. I don't want to give him this part because he was so fucking bad. And I'm no I'm no Will Smith or Robert De Niro or whatever, but like I at least have, past experience in voice acting. So like I could have at least applied that to a degree. Fuck the guy who got the role. You guys know who it is, but I don't know if we should like say his
I don't
name.
know
We
if
won't.
I don't know if I do
Just
or not.
know that if you're out there and you're listening to this, you're a piece of shit. Anyway, so how I met Trey, me and Trey had a biology class together. Chemistry. It's chemistry. Trey showed up absolutely trashed one day to school. And I didn't know Trey at the time, but I felt for Trey because not 2 months prior, I did the same thing.
I remember seeing you like that because I knew who you were
Bro.
because you knew my brother. You knew my younger brother because you were in ROTC with him.
Boots and chaps.
Yeah, so I saw you and you were like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "I don't know you." But you didn't need assistance like I did. You were managing it very well.
Okay, you see, you think that, and then in cooking class, when I had to design the blueprints of a restaurant, it was all circles. And I thought it was like some primo shit.
Avant-garde.
Some avant-garde, like, honestly, you could have Gordon Ramsay's crusty ass up in that fucking kitchen.
His forehead is so wrinkly.
Dude, I bet if you slapped him the wrong way, it would just all crack.
But yeah, so I went to school positively fucking sloshed. And Charles, in all of his saint-like patience, took care of me. Also, fun fact, the teacher in that class already hated me. And rather than assume... I got through the whole day, by the way, with like no one except the people I told knowing I was fucked up. They just thought I was like sick or something. So God bless. But like, that teacher, you remember her? She hated me so much. She didn't even assume I was like fucked up. She just assumed I was being an asshole. Which is weird because I was super well behaved in her class.
Remember she yelled at me for asking you for a piece of fucking paper
How can I not?
for my test? And I needed a piece of paper. She jumped on me and was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Shit, I need to write."
Well, she was already dealing with a battalion of problems in just her own personal life.
That's why she hated me, because her ex-husband, whom she cheated on, like loves me. Like to this day, he's like we're like super cool with each other.
I saw him in Walmart today.
Yeah, when he comes in the store, and like I see him, he always comes through my line, and we always like shoot the shit for a couple minutes. But so that's how Charles and I met, because Charles, God bless his soul, took care of me during that class, and he just kind of hit it off from there, which honestly kind of set the tone for our whole friendship.
And then I think it was later on, Trey and Dylan were talking and they had an idea for a battle. It was Nightwing and someone else.
Yeah, because we met in the criminal justice class, and I was like, "Hey, I kind of know that guy. Like, he likes comics. I like comics." So we just like shot the shit about comics for most of the day. And then I was like, "Who do you think would win in a fight, Nightwing or Daredevil?" And it got to the point we talked about it in like such great detail. We were like, we should like record this and post it somewhere because we're kids. Like
every day in that class, so you could easily just sleep through it and get an A. So there was no worry of failing the class. But I eventually turned my binder for that class into just a backlog of like, oh, who wins in a fight, and we filled it up throughout that semester.
Yeah, and then like one day you were like, "You know who we should get in on this?" He's like, Charles?" And I was like, "I love Charles," because me and Charles, we actually became friends, when I was sober, because we talked about comic books and we talked about our mutual hatred of Superman, which I think you shared with us.
He's there.
I mean, fair enough. But yeah, like me and Charles, we talked about just how we fucking hated Superman for so long that it was such a bonding moment. And, originally like this like podcast was just supposed to be about all comics. And now we've kind of evolved into like just shooting the shit.
Yeah, it's just multimedia, I guess.
And then you have high school stories of, we were on our high school's local television. Just, it was only shown like in the school, but by God, we were there.
Yeah, fucking proto losers.
Remember that time he said our episodes needed to be longer, so I explained the entirety of Old Man Logan?
Yeah, like you fucking verbatim quoted the Comic Historian video. Like the whole thing.
I mean, he said that he wanted it to be longer. So I made it longer.
But it was like, why does it need to be longer? 3 people are going to watch this.
And they're the people filming it.
Yeah. But it was like, we started with a script.
And that was a mess.
That
was a big mess.
It was absolute dick. And I remember, because eventually we just said fuck the script during the first recording, because twice I fucked up my lines and I just went fuck, like on camera. And then we just kind of all unanimously said, like, let's do away with the script.
I didn't want to do a script in the first place. But
No.
our journalism teacher was like, yeah, you need one.
And then we were like, but why though? Because it's a broadcast. Yeah, it's not live.
It's like, yeah, you got teleprompters and stuff, but that takes at least some level of realness out of.
I'm kind of a mind that, like, with our accents, Eastern Kentucky accents, it is very hard to read a script and sound natural.
Yeah.
I'd like to think we don't sound as, we don't have as much Southern drawl as a lot of others around here do.
Which is the really sad part, because, like, every time I go, somewhere away, like, when I was in Canada, people comment on my accent all the time. Charles, when we talk to our friends on Discord, like, they comment on our accents all the time. And they were like, you should hear the other people around you.
Exactly.
Like, you need subtitles.
It's like, even, I've got family up in Michigan, and when I've been up there, you can tell, at least I sound a little different, but Lord, compared to just folks around here, hey, brother.
Like, they managed to stress like, food stamps and stuff. EBT is, like, really big around here because we live in, like, a poverty-stricken community. And at work, a woman managed to stretch out the phrase EBT to, like, 6 syllables. She was like, EBT. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, I literally had to ask what she said. I didn't say, what the fuck did you just say? I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, come again? She's like, do I press EBT on this here screen? Like, verbatim, that is what she said. Like, Eastern Kentucky is the reason there's negative stereotypes about Kentucky.
We're trying to get better.
We are the statistically validated stereotype.
We are in a coal-driven community in a world full of solar power.
The coal.
We're about like 100 years behind everywhere else.
We're trying, America.
God bless, we're trying. Well, I mean, we are getting better, because it's like we're trying to move forward, but, like, the county is in such a shit shape, it's kind of hard to.
It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back in almost any sort of social realm here in the county.
Yeah, because it's like there's always this vicious cycle of, like, someone opening a business. It gets traction for, like, anywhere from, like, a minimum 2 weeks, maximum a couple months. Then people just stop showing up, or it gets vandalized, and then, like, it just shuts down, and now we have another empty building.
Yeah, one of the towns, I want to say it's south of here in the same county we live in, most of its buildings are empty buildings. So, I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous where we live.
Well, it's like downtown here, there's, like, what is it? I think it's like 20% of the buildings only have, like, functional businesses in them.
Give or take. It's like we just had a new coffee shop open up downtown.
I know, right? And by the way, ain't it crazy how, like, it is such big news that when we got a Little Caesars, it was, like, literal newspaper worthy. And then it was, like, so significant that Pizza Hut had to lay off employees because their business tanked so hard so fast.
The city limits around here have, like, this past election cycle, we're going wet. We can actually have alcohol sales in our city limits. And that's, like, major news.
Yeah, because no one thought it would happen. Did y'all think it would happen?
Why, getting Little Caesars?
No, the county going wet.
County going wet? I mean, with coal going out, yeah, I mean, I could have seen it coming. I was surprised when it got passed, nonetheless. But I don't know. Kind of one of those things where our community is heavily religious. And
For every one building, there's at least 2 churches.
yeah.
Well, it was kind of funny because like the moonshiners and the priests were like working together real hard to like stop this bill from getting passed for completely opposite reasons.
Our town is such a odd little area because it's like on one hand, yeah, it's fucking backwoods, beat down. Other hand, it's like our town's the basis of Justified. We had a show on Nat Geo with our crooked fucking sheriff at the time.
Jesus.
In the 70s,
We've had yeah, go ahead.
we had a movie called Harlan County, USA.
Had that. Like a couple years ago, Amelia Clark, Johnny Knoxville filmed a movie here. I took part in it, but
That
yet
movie-
here we are.
That movie has been released in fucking war-torn Libya.
I know. Fucking
People
just
all-
the go ahead.
People all the way in Libya know you, Dilf.
I don't know if I made it in or not. It's just a couple months ago or something like that. I saw a dude who worked as some kind of assistant up there. Like the director made a tweet like March 2020, and there was a screen cap damn near of a scene I could very well be in because it was in that trailer.
You remember how, you know how like Critical always talks about like him being in the Hunger Games?
Yeah, that's me. I'm going to be the next fucking Critical.
You were the
in-
star of Above Suspicion.
When Above Suspicion reaches theaters, wherever you live, you're welcome. Because by God, I put my whole heart into this into this production. I got up there that day, give or take 11 a.m. I didn't get home till like 5 a.m. the next day. I shot the shit with Johnny Knoxville throughout the day. He was a really nice dude. So his character in the movie was a drug dealer. Surprise, surprise. And one of the things they had me doing was going to buy fake crack cocaine off of him. And sure enough, you go to my house right now, my bag of fake crack cocaine from Johnny Knoxville is still there. I stole from the set. Probably wasn't supposed to, but I did because by God, I needed a souvenir.
Well, Dilf, the word stealing implies you weren't supposed to.
They didn't say I couldn't, but nobody explicitly asked if they could take some.
Dude, I doubt they give a fuck. It's like rock candy in a plastic
I
bag.
tasted it. It was rock candy and like there were some sugar pills in this little baggie.
Was it even good?
I mean, it was standard fare.
What did it taste like? What flavor was it?
It's just like, your clear rock candy, just without the food dye in it. I don't know if you call that vanilla, but it was just tasted like sugar, I guess.
I think it's like pure sugar.
Well, it was good. I'll back it up. And then, so film with Johnny Knoxville that day for hours. And then right before we ended up cutting that night, they switched us up. And I did a scene with Amelia Clark. And I was not even 5 feet from her I was smoking a fake cigarette. And she lit up a spoon.
Were you close enough to smell her?
I very well could have touched her. It was
But
like,
could you smell her?
not really, because there was a lot of fake cigarette smoke just in the area. This woman next to me snorted like a fake pill.
Did you see her feet?
I did not. There was a parrot in the trailer because it was the director's parrot, and it like shit at one point.
Disclaimer, I don't like feet.
Yeah, the director, Philip Noyce, his parrot shit in that trailer a couple times, and I think they just kind of rolled with it. Nobody cleaned it up.
I mean, like, the weird thing about birds is, like, they're the only animal I've seen that, like, shit and you can't even tell they shit. Like, they don't strain. They don't move. It's like birds, they just, like, shit. And it was like if you were walking down the street and you just see, like, a turd fall out of a guy's pant leg and he, like, breaks no stride. There's no expression on his face. That's, like, what would happen if humans shat like birds do.
That's Philip Noyce's parakeet or whatever the fuck it was. Just shitting all over the set.
Well, I think bird shitting is the perfect segue to our next topic. Game of the decade. It's completely related.
It's gotta be Minecraft.
Well, no, like your personal game of the decade. Like, what game did you enjoy most this decade?
Go God. See, for me, it's kind of I'm a fighting game kind of guy. So I don't know if you necessarily would have. Mortal Kombat 11's been really fun. I like it better than MKX. It's better than MK9, at least to me.
Better than Injustice.
Yeah, especially the first Injustice. Injustice 2 was fun.
Injustice 1 was ass. I'm not gonna lie, Injustice 1 was kind of ass.
Yeah. I don't know. I think my game of the decade would be Breath of the Wild.
See, that's kind of like mine too. And I feel cheap for saying that because it did come out so late in the decade. But it really is like just such a good game. Like, I have more hours on Breath of the Wild than, like, I think the only game that I have more hours on Breath of the Wild is than, like, God, I'm stuttering. The only game I have more hours on than Breath of the Wild is probably like Spyro Year of the Dragon. And that's just because, that game's been out forever. I've like replayed it countless times over and over and over again. I got the Reignited trilogy, got like 80% first day. But Breath of the Wild, me and you, we played that game for like so long.
Yeah, there for a while, we would just kind of wake up and we'd play Breath of the Wild till, 2 a.m.?
Yeah, I'd say between us, we have like an easy like 350 hours on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. For me, I like story-driven games more. And I thought Breath of the Wild is a good contender for my game of the decade. And it might just be because I'm playing it right now, but I kind of felt God of War, almost.
God of War's
the
awesome.
new God of War.
Yeah, it did win, the last game of the year of the decade.
But see, in my opinion, with God of War, they completely changed a pre-existing character, gave him more depth than just, big angry man, literally too angry to die. I don't know. I think they did really good with it.
Yeah, like, I think the story for the new God of War, and this, by no means is this an unpopular opinion, but, like, the story for the new God of War is leagues and bounds ahead of the old God of War.
Yeah, this God of War, I don't know, it just gives Kratos more of a character arc than what he had before. Because, he's regretful for what he's done. He's trying to raise a son and teach him the right way. Then they're in a whole new pantheon. Other pantheons have been teased. I don't know. I think the next God of War is definitely going to win the next game of the year.
I would love to see, like, the pantheons actually teaming up to stop Kratos.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about how they're going to... I wonder if this is going to be a trilogy and it's going to end with Ragnarok, or... Is Ragnarok going to happen next game? And
I actually wouldn't be surprised if Ragnarok happened the next game.
Well, see, that was my thought, because Ragnarok, I think, is already starting or about to kick up. So I think next game's whole shtick is going to be, Ragnarok, end of, the Nine Realms. And I don't know. I think they'll probably do that. And then they may just end it at that. They may not even want to continue with it.
I'll tell you a game that's really popular that I could never ever get into. And maybe one day I'll play it if it's on sale for real cheap, but until then I don't think I'll play it, is Detroit Become Human.
Now why not?
Cuz it's I don't know. Just nothing about it stands out to me, literally nothing. I know it's weird of me to say that because I do enjoy Wolf Among Us. Wolf Among Us is one of my favorite games of all time too, but just the story of Detroit Become Human does nothing for me, at all.
I'm a sucker for narrative driven games like Detroit. Telltale's always pushed out strong stuff, even kind of at the end. The last Walking Dead sort of dropped off, but Telltale's always been a strong company for me just because they do the narrative driven stuff really, really well.
Yeah, and that's
Detroit. I quite enjoyed playing Detroit.
See, that's the thing. Detroit, is like, pretty much just like solely a narrative game. It's like a Telltale game pretty much, right?
Yeah.
But like, on the face of it, which is why, the story doesn't interest me. There's literally nothing else for me. Like, there's no like interesting gameplay mechanics. There's like, none of this, none of that. I just can't get into it. Same with Life is Strange. Life is Strange is like so fucking bad to me. I hate it. Like, Detroit Become Human, I'm neutral to. Life is Strange, I like openly dislike.
Yeah, I'm not too big on Life is Strange as well. I don't know. I guess that style of game really doesn't appeal to me.
Like story-driven games as a whole.
Oh, well, no, I mean, story-driven games are fine. I don't know the exact term to describe the games like Telltale and Detroit Human.
Yeah, story-driven games.
So I never played Life is Strange, but, I watched at least one playthrough of it. Had I known about it, I might would have gave it a whirl. Admittedly, it's not as strong as, like The Wolf Among Us or even Detroit for that matter. But I don't know. Those kinds of games are they're right up my alley.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'll fully admit, like, I'm a huge sucker for, like, fantasy of any kind. Wolf Among Us is, like, urban fantasy, which is a genre of fantasy that I actually really, really enjoy, particularly. So I guess, like, it has that for it. But, again, it just goes back into that's the type of story I like, so that's the kind of story game I'm going to play. Whereas, like the whole a robot's human thing, or the whole, impending doom, what are you going to do about it thing, it doesn't strike anything with me. And I've seen playthroughs of Life is Strange, and I've seen like every ending, I've seen every action, and I can still say it's kind of shit.
If you ever want to play Detroit, I can hook you up. I can do it. I can make it happen.
I mean, I've seen quite a bit of Detroit, and it just, didn't grab me in.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
it's not a new story point. I mean, androids having feelings and all that bullshit, that's been around for God knows how long now.
Yeah, and like I said, like I might borrow it off of you, but like it's, I'm not really gonna pay for the game. There's like very low chance I'll pay more than like $7 for it.
It was free with PlayStation Plus a while back.
I don't have PS Plus.
Well, I don't either, but it was free. I'm just throwing it out. It's been free. I don't know if they'll ever bring it back, but yeah,
maybe they will. Because someone actually told me recently. This is why it was fresh in my mind, because here's how like neutral I am to Detroit Become Human. I hadn't thought about that game for like several months, like period, until literally last night when someone brought it up to me and they said it's really good, and I'm like, maybe to you, but like, and I'm not like judging their taste, but I'm just saying like, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I will be upfront with you and say I don't think I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that, and I'm gonna go ahead and segue into the next topic, which is still related to this. It's Pokemon. And I want to preface this whole conversation by saying Pokemon Sword and Shield is not as bad as people made it out to be. People flipped out for nothing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think you've thoroughly enjoyed it,
yeah,
Dylan.
I've had a blast.
I have thoroughly enjoyed it, but Pokemon Shield is incredibly average.
Yeah, I mean, it's average. I'm not saying it's a perfect
It's your
game
run-of-the-mill Pokemon game, but just a new gimmick, which, any kind of core game from that series, there's always a new gimmick. Like you have this go around, you've got Gigantamax raid battles, Dynamaxing, stuff like that.
And that's like really fun, but it's only fun if you got like people to do it with.
Sure.
Because fuck the CPUs, fuck Solrock, fuck Maractus, fuck Magikarp. The only CPU worth anything is Quillfish the hero. And especially fuck Wobbuffet.
Now,
Clefable. You gotta add Clefable.
If Wobbuffet can pull the counter off, you're up there.
I am actually speechless. You are trying to fucking defend Wobbuffet right now.
If he can pull counter off,
Not
Yeah, but that's a
only
big if, Dylan. That's
not
an if.
only is he like the worst CPU in the game,
No,
even more than
not
Magikarp.
even close.
At least Magikarp is funny.
Not even close. Soul Rock is the worst one because when it does cosmic power, I would picture this, if you will. You remember that episode of SpongeBob where it was like they were in Sandy's dome. She's hibernating. They're stuck. And Patrick is like, all right, I'm going to get us out. And he walks up. Open sesame. That's Soul Rock.
Okay.
That is Soul Rock.
You want me to tell you what Wobbuffet does?
He tries.
No, he doesn't.
He tries his
No, the
damnedest.
fuck he
Okay,
doesn't.
motherfucker, you could say that Soul Rock
Still,
at least tries.
Why would you even run protect in a battle where the odds of you getting hit are 1 in 4?
It's got to be safe.
Oh my god, I'm actually about to. I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles.
Do it, I dare you.
I'm gonna
Well, I
lose my
mean,
goddamn mind.
I think we need to give some respect to fucking Clefable, because right when you need it to, it does that, little look at me, and
Yeah.
it sacrifices itself
Oh.
for you.
Okay, yes, Clefable is good. Fuck Pikachu.
Calm down.
You got me so goddamn twisted over Wobbuffet. I'm about to have an aneurysm.
Wobbuffet-
Fuck Pikachu. Fuck Eevee. The only NPC that matters. Quillfish the hero.
Admittedly, Wobbuffet's not good, but he's not the worst.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Because
not
at
the
least-
worst.
At least when you see a Magikarp get hit with the G-Max move, you can laugh because it is so fucking shitty that it can't even defend itself.
Soul Rock is the worst. You heard it here first.
I mean, your opinion doesn't matter.
Can I
What's the matter with you?
can I derail this topic for like 0.5 seconds to say something? Every time I see Soul Rock or Lunatone, I have the really impulsive thought, or not impulsive, the really invasive thought that if I licked them, they'd taste salty.
Oh, you're probably correct.
Like
Probably
Like,
tastes like a fucking rock.
no, rocks don't taste like salt unless it's like specifically rock salt. Rocks taste like rock.
God, hearing rock salt reminds me of how I would go to the Zora Palace in Breath of the Wild and just stock up on everything.
And it was always the Zora Palace. It was nowhere
My main
else.
base of operations was Zora, or was I forget what it's called.
Dude, Breath of
Is
the
it
Wild.
just called the Zora Palace?
Zora's Domain, I think.
Ah.
Man, Breath of the Wild. But back to Pokemon. Yeah, Lunatone and Solrock, they look like they taste like salty.
Honestly, I think if you lick that fucking cream thingy, probably be good.
It's made of snow, actually. It wouldn't be good at all. It's made of snow. It's
Oh,
not even
says
ice
you.
cream. No, it's in the Pokedex. It's not even snow. It's ice cream. That's
Are
the
we
fucked up
talking
part.
about? I'm not talking about the ice cream one. I'm talking about the creamy one.
Alchemy.
Yeah, there you go. Take a big old bite out of its head.
Do you
I do
not
the
know?
same
Do
with
you
the
do you
Appleton.
not know alchemy?
No, I know Alchemy, which is, I love its name as like a reference to alchemy, because you guys can see my tattoo right here. But like, I'm just getting like this image in my head of like going up and biting it, expecting like, a delicious creamy surprise, and you feel like the squelch between your teeth as you like rip its flesh off, like blood dribbling down your chin, it's spurting out of it. And it's like screaming and howling in pain. And it's just like
You know that
crying.
picture of the fish?
Everyone's horrified.
Picture that big ass fish that literally has like a chunk ripped out of its head, but it's just so like deadpan about it.
I don't know what fish you're talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, that picture always kind of fucks me up, and I don't know why.
Like, as bad as Baby Grinch.
What's
No.
the matter with Baby Grinch?
No, I laugh at Baby Grinch. It's so stupid looking.
Baby Grinch is fucking ugly.
It's more of a
Dude,
like,
one time when Charles was on acid, I just, like, he was, like, explaining to me his thought process. And this was at 4 a.m. I woke up to this. And I just send back a picture of Baby Grinch. And I say, I can't lie, man. That's all I got.
Baby Grinch is ugly.
that's his point. It's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious that they thought that might be cute.
Well, I'm sure to some people it was, but it's a no for me, dog.
I'll tell you what's cute. Baby Yoda.
Boda.
That's not an unpopular opinion.
That is not an opinion, it's fact. And if you disagree with it, well, simply you're a bad person and you're subhuman.
Now,
Anyway.
I love Baby Yoda with all my heart. I do. But you can't tell me that him getting like clocked by stormtroopers 4 times in less than 5 minutes is not one of the funniest things.
Oh, it's funny as fuck because you hear these little cute groans of intense pain.
Oh God! You just bam. Ah! Oh, it kills me.
I've not watched The Mandalorian.
I haven't seen all the way through. I have seen the cold open to the season finale.
Let's go to this topic after Pokemon because I would like to talk a little bit about Star Wars. I probably should put it on the board beforehand, but
I like having that board.
I like having it too, even though we're not even like really giving a fuck about it. We kind of get into just our usual shoot the shit talk.
Which is honestly probably for the best.
Honestly, really, probably.
And like fucking 2 of our 6 topics, that is 1/3, have question marks next to them.
Well, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about what do we wish for in the Sword and Shield sequel because it's happening. That's a given. But I got a few things.
I can see either a full dex or at the very least an expanded dex. I can see more Galarian forms.
Mm-hmm.
I can see more G-Maxes.
Definitely.
I can see more story.
Yeah, more areas.
Yeah, like
too.
I can see like Shieldbert and Swordward. Is that their names?
Shieldbert and Swordward, yeah.
Yeah. I can see them being part of the main story instead of post-game, and Eternatus actually being the post-game or even something else. I can see just generally like a better game, you know, which is like obviously, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think one thing that I definitely want in the sequel is I want them to do something about the wild area. Because I've talked to, I'm pretty sure both of you about this outside of this podcast, but I don't know. I kind of hate how you travel 10 feet, you're in snow. Travel another 10 feet, dust storm. Travel another 10 feet, fucking rain. Travel another 10 feet, blazing sun in a snowy area. Like, what is, I don't know.
The weather system is not consistent, and I think you could at least expand a little more on that instead of having, like you said, 10 feet bam, 10 feet snow, shit like that.
On the bright side, I feel the same way about the weather in Sword and Shield as I do in real life, which is the weather can suck my dick.
It's like even Pokemon Go has a pretty consistent weather system as compared to like Shield and Sword.
Now to be fair, Pokemon Go does operate off like real world weather patterns.
You could somehow work that into Sword and Shield, maybe. I don't know.
Well, the Nintendo Switch does have like internet capabilities, so maybe like they can like program weather. But I get the point of having like so many different weathers happening at the same time because it's like different weather does different stuff. It makes different stuff spawn.
Yeah.
But it's just like so choppy.
And I mean, I guess you could also say that some of the Pokemon who might be in that little, 10-foot by 50-foot radius of weather, you could have like the Pokemon are causing it, but that's not good enough for me. I think they should, at least expand the wild area. Maybe make it, more.
Bring back Dive.
Bring back Dive.
Like imagine like an underwater portion of the wild area.
It's amazing.
Imagine being able to use like a Corviknight taxi and fly around the wild area.
Ooh.
And you'd randomly have just like, instead of in a den, you would have like a Dynamax or G-Max Pokemon just out in the wild.
In Omega Ruby, you could fly. You could fly around the map.
That was like super fun. And it's like the flying system in Alpha and Omega is probably one of my favorite parts of the game because it was like you could get sky. God, I'm stuttering. You could get like sky encounters. What are you laughing about, Dylan?
I forgot.
What are you laughing about, Dylan?
He's being a shitheel.
Why you laugh at me? Why you hate me? Don't dab on me, dick. But yeah, like the flying system in Alpha and Omega, it was like probably one of my favorite parts about the game. And for as much as I love Gen 3, Alpha and Omega did have a lot of problems. Like it did make you realize the overabundance that you had to use HMs in Gen 3, like especially Surf. But I get what you mean, Diff. It would be really cool if you could like use the Corviknight taxis and like fly around the wild area, you know, like encounter sky Pokemon, or like the Dynamaxes can like spawn in certain parts of the overworld and you like can fly around them.
Something like that. You could even have like new areas of the wild area, just like, you know, a cliffside or a mountaintop, something like that. A cave on top of a mountain.
Yeah. That would see that like that stuff is really cool. These are really cool concepts. And God, Game Freak has just been doing like bare minimum.
Well, my biggest fear is that Game Freak is just kind of realizing no matter how shitty the game is, no matter how lazily it was created, that it'll just, you know, they can just make it as minimal as possible. And people will still buy it. And of course, I mean, you could probably say I'm a hypocrite for saying that's my biggest fear and saying that Sword and Shield was good or average. But I mean, I don't know. This kind of shows that Sword and Shield was, you know, average, pretty decent. But I feel like that's going to be the start of a trend where as we keep going down the line, Pokemon is just going to become almost like Call of Duty. How redundant it was. And, but yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on Pokemon and how, you know, it's kind of going downhill.
I think in whatever sequel they end up doing, you absolutely need more Gigantamax forms.
Yeah.
Because you've got such a limited pool right now, and there's potential for so many others. Like, Chandelure could be a cool G-Max. You know, stuff like Phalanx could be a cool G-Max. Even you could even give the starters a G-Max. You know, there's like the first game in a while they've not had a gimmick for the starters.
I mean, I think in general, with how Pokemon's going, and I don't know, it's just there's such a weird obsession with Game Freak and the Gen 1 Pokemon. It feels like they said, people like it when you bring nostalgia into games.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I get it. Like, you know, Gen 1 is, like, incredibly marketable. Charizard didn't need another form, and I've heard, like, a lot of people are upset about that. Like, I don't think I've heard anyone who thinks it was good. I've heard people who are happy about it because they like Charizard, but I haven't heard anyone who, like, said it was a good idea.
It's definitely not a good idea because Charizard has had literally every like new shtick that they do.
He's had 2 Megas, and he has the Gigantamax.
Yeah.
And do they have Z move? Did the starters get Z moves? I don't think they did.
Yeah, the starters got Z moves.
The Kanto?
Remember, that's where his Incineroars.
No, the Kanto starters.
Oh. I don't think they did. I can't really remember if they did or not.
Okay, well, at least he has that. I would love, I think something really cool they could do is regional variants for the starters. Like,
yeah.
Like, imagine, like, if they had, like, made Charizard, like, Galarian, and then also, you know, included Blastoise and Venusaur and made them Galarian, that would have, like, appeased so many people.
Yeah, that would have, like, made it a little bit better that you're getting the fucking Charizard and shit's already come back. I mean, you could have made Charizard a traditional dragon on all fours.
Yeah, I have a... This is going to be a cool off-the-wall topic. If you guys could make regional variants for any starter trio, what would you make? Like, which starters would you make, and what would you make them?
Okay, well, what region? Is it just whatever?
Just regional variants?
I would probably pick out Gen 2 starters. I'd probably do Gen 2 starters.
I'd do Gen 3.
I would probably do Gen 2, and I think I would make Chikorita a poison type.
Mm-hmm.
I would make. I would make Cyndaquil a fairy type.
Mm-hmm.
And I would make. What would I make Totodile? Because I want to keep like the weakness, rotation. But I want to reverse it. So like now, Cyndaquil is super effective, or Chikorita is super effective on Cyndaquil. And I would make Totodile a dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would work out perfect.
Wait. Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. But I've always kind of like when I'm on Instagram.
Wait, no. I would make Chikorita a steel type.
That'd work out. But when I'm on Instagram and I go through like Explore feed and I click on some Pokemon shit, I always see someone like changing, the typing of the starters. And they always look cool. Exactly. I mean, I think if you're going to put in, if you're going to shove Charizard down my throat another game, at least change him up a little and like, maybe make him a real dragon, Game Freak. Kind of ridiculous that, he's not, but whatever. Doesn't matter to me.
I would love like a ghost type Charizard. I think that has like a lot of potential. Like a ghost dragon Charizard or a ghost fire. But you, Dylan, what do you think?
I'm a big proponent of, ghost types. So I think a ghost Torchic would be kind of cool. Like I don't know if you do ghost fire, you could even do like a ghost flying if you'd like. Hold on, instead of flying, a ghost fighting. I think that might be a little redundant, but
that's like an interesting type combo.
Well, yeah,
is that even a good type combo?
I don't know of any other ghost fighting types on the market.
I mean, like competitive wise, is that a good type combo? Because I like top matchups off the top of my head. I can't think of them.
Yeah, I don't really.
Unless
fuck
you've
around.
got like it's gonna get hit hard. I think Psychic's gonna fuck it up.
Ghost's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, Ghost will fuck it up. Ghost Blaze or Ghost Torchic, Mudkip. I'd go Steel. A Steel Mudkip would be kind of cool. Trico.
I think Trico would be really cool to do like poison typing.
I was going to say like a ground or a rock typing for Trico.
See, the direction we're going is like, I'm going for like a jungle
I'm
lizard. You're going for like
I'm going for like a desert lizard.
I was going to say like Dilf's got like a desert lizard vibe going.
Yeah.
Like a bearded dragon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I would really like to see like, I don't know. I think Charizard would look really cool as like a poison like dragon type,
poison
steel
dragon
type.
I don't know if there is a poison dragon.
I don't think so.
There is one poison dragon type.
Is it Dragalge?
It is Dragalge.
Hey, get fucked.
I really like Dragalge. That's one of my favorites.
Let me see him. I'm not sure.
It's a seahorse. It's a seahorse.
It looks nasty.
Poopy doo doo nasty ass seahorse Pokemon.
Well, I really like it. I'm a big fan of Dragalge.
Yeah, like I've mentioned this. This is like the third time today I've said this, but this is the first time recording and saying it. I think it's like really funny how Fairy's my least favorite type, but my favorite Pokemon is Ice Fairy, which is Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales.
Harkening back to the potential for like a Ghost Blaziken, there is no ghost fighting type. So check one for me. Fuck you, Game Freak.
I think if you did a ghost fighting type, automatically, people are going to say that's a JoJo reference.
Just the idea of like a ghost fighting Torchic is so fucked up though, because he's fucking dead. It fought so hard, it died.
It's just a lifeless corpse that someone has strings attached to.
It's like pure fighting until it gets to Blaziken, and then it just fought so hard its heart exploded.
It just straight up fucking died. You know, I want to bring up something that me and you talked about. I think it was last weekend. How Lance, the fucking champion, has committed war crimes.
Yeah, Dylan, did you know that?
No.
Did you know that Lance levels Vermilion City with a hyper beam and kills people in the Pokemon Adventure manga?
I did not know such
Yeah.
a heinous act.
Yeah, the Bulbapedia wiki. Yeah, the Bulbapedia wiki like lists him as a terrorist in the manga.
What the fuck, Lance?
Now, you want to hear something fucked up that I learned? They crucify the black and white gym leaders in the manga. I don't know if they kill them, but they are on crosses.
Pokemon.
What the Whoa, we're fucking going wild.
Pokemon die in the manga. Like, who is it that gets sliced in half?
Arbok.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a shitty little Arbok. Shitty little noodle body.
Imagine an Arbok evolution.
You know, I got really confused because I was thinking Arbok was Ecans, and I was like, that would be cool. G-Max.
Ooh, that would be a good G-Max.
What's the Titanoboa?
Yeah. Oh, you could make it like the World Serpent.
I mean, Britain is not quite Norse mythology, but you know.
Well, I mean, it's something. Oh, you could do like G-Max Arbok or G-Max Seviper, like the World Serpent, and then G-Max Zangoose as like Ratatoska. You know, the messenger between the eagle and the serpent. And then you could do like some Gen 3 bird as Gigantamax too. Just say fuck it.
See, I don't know. I feel like Pokemon is gonna slowly die off within the next 5 years. I don't think
That's a bold claim.
I don't think that they are going to keep enough steam and keep enough people interested in Pokemon to, you know, pursue new projects.
Oh, that's a bold take, Charles.
We'll see if you're right in episode 2, I guess.
Yeah, when it takes another 5 years to make.
I'm just going to tell y'all now, Go's like my favorite of the Pokemon games.
Shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing. My favorite Pokemon game is actually X and Y. I have the fondest memories with Pokemon Y.
I know why. I know. I don't know. I really like Gold and Silver.
Platinum was always my favorite back in the golden days of, you know, just Nintendo DSs and such.
I love me some Gen 4.
There was a really long time where Gen 4 was like my least favorite gen. Because I was like, the concept of like Pokemon gods to me was just like so dumb. And now I'm just like out of my own ass. So, and I realized how good Gen 4 is, like how innovative it is. Like it's probably my favorite Pokemon soundtrack. Without a doubt. Like I love the jazz. The Underground was awesome. Giratina is actually like tied for my favorite legendary. So I can see why Gen 4 gets so much love. I cannot see why Gen 5 gets so much love. I hate Gen 5.
I remember when I got Gen 5. See, Walmart had just like opened up the shit, like the boxes of the games to like put out. And I remember showing up as they were opening it, and I was like, I want black and I want white. That's Gen 5, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. I remember buying them, and I took it home, and I gave my brother black, and I took white.
I also played white.
And I was like, man, what the fuck is this? I just wasted so much time on this game. I didn't like it. I just
like, it's like, people say it has like a great story. Yeah, like the story's great. I can't think of many Gen 5 Pokemon that I like. I really can't. I hated all the starters.
When did Zebstrika come about?
I think that might be Gen 4 or Gen 5.
It's 5.
5?
That is a Gen 5.
Only good one. Only good one.
I can't agree with that. I'm sorry. There's a
he's Zebra.
Like, who, like, if I was talking to someone and I said, what is your favorite Pokemon? I can honestly say Zebstrika is an answer I would not expect.
Well, you would expect it from me.
I know.
And you know what? I don't appreciate the hate my boy's getting.
Y'all over here talking shit Gen 5 except for the zebra.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? So right now, Gen 5, it's slowly getting drug out into Go. I know you give me that look. I'm taking up for Go. I've put countless hours into this.
It's not the Go that I have the issue with. It is Gen 5.
Well,
because I have like
you've got
no-
stuff like Haxorus down the line in
Okay.
Gen 5.
Okay, Haxorus is the one.
You've got Scolipede coming down the line
dick
in
booty
Gen
nut
5.
ass Pokemon. Haxorus is the only good Gen 5 Pokemon.
You don't like
Second.
Scolipede.
Eat my ass, Charles.
I will.
You don't like Scolipede.
Fuck Scolipede.
Why?
Dick
He looks
booty.
cool. You give me G-Max Scolipede. Fuck Sinistort.
Show me Scolipede.
Bro, like my problem with a lot of the Gen 5 Pokemon is that until their third stage, they barely even look like they evolve.
I hated the start.
As I'm pulling Scolipede up to show Charles, let me just run down some highlights from Gen 5 for you.
Oh my god.
See, we've got Crocodile.
Fuck it.
Hey,
That's one of my
Crocodile.
that's one of the ones I hate because it just like stands up. For its
You've
second
got-
evolution, it just stands.
Fuck you. Hold on. The best evolution line in Gen 5 is the Litwick line. You've got Litwick, Chandelure, Lampet. Give me that shit any day of the week. Litwick's fucking good.
Chandeliers aren't Pokemon.
Chandelure's top tier.
They're not Pokemon. They're not animals. Chandeliers just some shit you hang up in
Charles,
your house. Why is there Pokemon?
Something my
in it?
butt.
I mean, I'm out, but why is that shit? Why is
something
that
I
a
did.
Pokemon? Why is an ice cream a Pokemon? Same gym, right? You gonna tell me that's a good gym?
I don't.
Yes.
I don't like.
I will take
I,
up for Gen 5.
I don't like Chandelure because I've.
You've got Hydrangea. Trey, you've got Hydrangea. Look at me.
I don't like Hydrangea. The only Hydrangea.
I'll be real. I ain't that big on him either.
The only reason it even is in my memory is because I can name it Ghidorah.
Druddigan.
Shit.
Let's see what we got floating about. You've got Galvantula and
Don't.
Joltik.
Don't like them.
Fairthorn.
One of my
Used
least
to
favorite.
be top shit.
One of my-
Competitive.
Don't give a fuck about competitive. It's one of my least favorite.
Zorua and Zoroark.
I hate
Furry
that
bait.
mother-fucker.
Furry bait. That's all
Fur-
it is. And
Furry
also,
bait, and then it literally lost its like mythical status next gen.
Gigalith.
Shit. Don't like Gigalith.
Giga Piss.
Zebstrika.
Beautiful. Honestly, beautiful. It's such a polite young man too.
Oh, he's
man.
polite.
Yeah, him ass electric.
I'll tell you this. There are some weak points in Gen 5 I'm looking at here.
Yeah,
Fucking
there's quite a bit actually.
Throw and Sock. That's just bad.
Throw and Sock are the Bert and Ernie of Pokemon.
Basculin's stupid.
Fuck Basculin.
Darumaka and Darmanitan.
Okay.
Eat
Okay.
my ass. I actually like Darumaka and Darmanitan. However, their Galarian forms are far superior, not just design and type wise, but also in competitive. Eat my ass, Monkey Man.
Fuck them. Let's see what's some other shit here. Stunfisk is bad.
Stunfisk is awful. Why does it have like a regional variant? Who was clamoring for that?
Bouffalant. Shitty Tauros.
Let me tell you why. That's exactly why I hate it. It looks like it should evolve in, like from or into a Tauros.
Braviary's cool. Fuck you if you say it's not.
It's not.
Fuck you.
I mean, what separates it from like every other like 3-stage evolution bird Pokemon besides it being an eagle?
It's two. It's two stages.
My
Yeah,
bad,
it's
too.
rougher than Bravery.
My bad.
The Captain America of
Look how
Pokemon.
stupid that thing is.
It's a goddamn eagle.
Look how stupid that is.
Look how stupid you are.
I mean, shit, I might be stupid. You know what's dumber? That.
You know what's even dumber? What if Zebra, but electric?
You know what? You're right. It's like, hey, let me.
Trey, I need you to kindly go fuck yourself.
It's like, hey, let's take this zebra and just hook it to some jumper cables. That's Zebstrika
That's
in
a
a
lot
nutshell.
cooler than just like, eagle.
Okay, Charles.
Shitty ass eagle.
Eagle versus zebra in a fight.
You want zebra, man?
You think a zebra's gonna kill an eagle?
Charles, an eagle is a predator.
Shitty eagle.
It is a bird of
Charles,
prey.
Shitty
Charles,
eagle.
let me run this down for you right now. An eagle swoops in, talon to the eye. Zebra's done.
No, zebra persevere.
How does the zebra persevere?
It stomp.
Charles,
How's it gonna stomp when the eagle's in the air? What's it stomping? Its own fucking foot?
zebra are prey, Charles.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
What?
They're not.
Yes,
What
they
is a
are.
zebra
They're
a predator of?
Lions.
You're telling me
Charles-
a zebra's gonna fuck up a lion?
I was not aware zebras had access to magic cylinder.
I don't get that joke.
That's a damn shame. You should have played Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. Fucking nerd.
I had better things to do with my time.
Yeah, he was crushing mad puss. I've seen the photo of you when you were young. You look like Diego.
Whoa. See, I was watching real programming, you know.
Quote unquote real. You were watching wrestling, Dilf. I know.
Yeah, real
Well, we know.
programming.
How can you say it's real programming when the whole shtick of wrestling is that it's
How
fake?
you gonna fucking come at me saying a zebra's gonna whoop an eagle's ass?
All right, you know what's
Charles?
better? Look, zebra, what if we made it electric? What if we just threw a shitty ass eagle in and colored it red, white, and blue?
I want to see Owen Hart's death video.
That's mad fucked up. If you get the
Picture-
hearts on us, I'm gonna be really
Picture
upset.
an eagle swooping down to fuck a zebra up.
And then
the
picture-
zebra
And then-
is Owen Hart.
I was gonna say, and then you just see Owen Hart's lifeless body fall down.
Killing the eagle. Therefore, zebra win. It's not hard math here.
No, it's not, because it's easy to see an eagle would fuck a zebra to death.
Charles, let me put
Birds
it.
ain't got penises. Everyone knows that.
Charles, let me put it to you this way. This is gonna be really fucked up to say. So if the zebra is Owen Hart, the eagle is a turnbuckle.
It's the fall.
The eagle is a faulty rope and turnbuckle.
Was Brett the one that fell?
No, Owen fell. That's what we're talking about, Owen.
Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? A turnbuckle and a rope then?
When Owen fell from the Raptors, his neck snapped off a turnbuckle.
Ooh,
No,
okay.
I thought it was he landed like on the rope chest first, and his body like folded in on itself, and it crushed his chest.
Owen fell. Turnbuckle.
Damn, this was
dead.
about
Owen
Pokemon.
Hart might be dead.
He
This
died.
was about Pokemon.
He died in real time in front of people.
I'm putting Zeb Strike on the next versus the world list, Charles.
Okay.
Eagle Sanctuary is the location.
Ally
The Dollywood Eagle Sanctuary is the location for the Zeb Striker
out of
fight.
bravery. I can already tell you that. I'm gonna snap its shitty little neck.
Charles, when Captain America rides into battle on a Braviary, who's riding in on a Zeb Striker? Nobody.
Black Panther.
Why would he not ride in on
What?
an actual panther? Why would he ride in on a shitty zebra?
Because no panther Pokemon.
Is there?
There's not.
There should be.
I mean, if you want to count Persian.
No. I mean, like, I'm surprised there's not.
Yeah, you really would think there would be. You know what? There's not a lion Pokemon either, actually.
Yeah, there is.
Pyroar.
Oh, I forgot about Pyroar.
Another animal that would fuck up a Zeb Striker.
No, that's Zeb Striker's natural prey. Shitty lion.
So, like, speaking of African animals and fucking them up,
Hold on. I'll tell you one animal a Zeb Striker couldn't fuck up. A giraffe rig. Because Trey couldn't fuck up a giraffe rig either.
I could fuck up a real life giraffe.
No, you couldn't.
I absolutely could.
No, you fucking couldn't.
I absolutely
You
could.
couldn't
of
win.
shit.
You couldn't win against shitty bravery.
I am not scared of any animal that has been voiced by David Schwimmer.
Until that animal is hovering over your lifeless corpse saying, well, we were on a break.
I could kill a giraffe.
No, you
with-
couldn't.
You
very
could
easy.
not.
full of
That's
shit.
why we
Not
put that
easy.
on your
Maybe not
wall,
easy,
to
but I
mock
could do
you.
it.
No, you couldn't.
To mock you, to constantly remind you that you will never be able to beat a giraffe.
Actually, I work out while staring at that picture to remind myself why I train. Cunt.
You're trying to transfer, like, if one of these gets a hold of me, I might have a fighting chance to live.
I hate the way giraffes look.
And they probably
They
hate the way
look a
you
lot.
look.
I hate the way you look. Shut the fuck up.
I hate the way you look.
I
know
hate
what?
the way Zeb Striker look.
Well, I hate the way that you live.
Why? Because I live in a world where I know a Zeb Striker is going to get fucked up
because
by
you
a lion.
exist.
I like how we have like a solid 15-20 minutes of us just like
This was
being
about-
mean to each other.
This is about talking, just straight up talking about Pokemon.
we spiraled.
It turns into like, well, I think Sword and Shield should be this, and then it's like, oh fuck you, oh, fuck you too, eat my nuts.
I hope you die.
We're like an hour and 6 minutes in.
Oh shit!
Is that a lot?
Well, Dilf, yeah, an hour is a pretty long time.
Why didn't
I
you
mean,
say
we're
so?
literally, we've only made it to the 3rd point on the list.
I mean, there are parts to cut out. I'd say in total, maybe like
We could cut the whole section of, well, fuck you too. Suck my
we
dick.
absolutely can.
We won't. We're
I
going
don't
to
know.
keep it.
I'll fucking figure it out in post. This is staying in.
This whole interaction of us trying to decide what to do.
Maybe.
Sure.
We could cut the whole section of, well, our county's wet now.
I just fuck up and just cut the whole audio.
That's just a 1-second video of just nuts.
No.
Straight nuts to butts action from the Luserz podcast.
Speaking of shitty animals versus superior predators, let's talk about a versus.
We just did. We talked about a couple.
Kind of happened.
Yeah,
so was
there
a
we go.
What are your guys' hopes for the future? Like this and like just kind of in general.
Well,
Like
I kind of
what?
hope to live.
Yeah. What are your
That'd be
goals?
sick.
What are your like goals for 2020?
For this or just in general?
Both.
Well, I would say for this, I would like us to have,
A little more consistency is in terms of, let's not wait 5 more years to cook this up again.
But that's the magic of it, ain't it?
we're just going to release an episode.
It's just 5 years worth of pent up fuck you anger.
Yeah, and then like there's like one person on the internet who's like marking his calendar. He's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And it's us. I don't know. I kind of hope we can get all of our other projects that we've got, already recorded, get this out.
I'm still working on those, but this is gonna come out first because like it's a much easier editing process.
Yeah, stay tuned. We're fucking the world up.
Yep. Fucking the world up.
Stay tuned for the Versus the World saga. So far, it's a trilogy that might change, but even before this comes out.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like Star Wars. The next 3 are gonna be shit, and then the next 3 for that are gonna be even worse.
Hey, fuck you. Rise of
Oh my
Skywalker was
God.
good.
Let's talk about how shitty Rise of Skywalker.
Let's
Damn.
talk about how
I get-
shitty. You've not even watched the fucking movie and you're saying it's bad. You're going on pure hearsay and you're reading shit from everybody else, but yet you've not watched the actual source.
I watched
Can I-
15 minutes of it. And you know what that made me do, Dilf? You really want to know?
I don't believe
Can
for a second.
Can I say my piece? I will not watch. I will not pay to watch Rise of Skywalker. If someone like has a DVD or like a completely legal copy of it, yeah, I'll watch it then. Just to see if I like it. However, from everything I've heard, because I didn't give a shit about the spoilers because I wasn't going to see it anyway, I don't think I like it. However, I have this philosophy that I'll maintain and I'll give Rise of Skywalker benefit of the doubt. First of all, if you liked it, that's great. Glad you enjoyed it. However, I don't like the concepts that I've like read about and seen are done in the movie. That doesn't mean the execution was bad. The execution could have saved it because I think that like good concept and good execution are not mutually exclusive. Like, who knows? Rise of Skywalker might be a great example of bad concept, great execution. And I can actually think of several examples of great concept, awful execution. Sword Art Online is like the first one that comes to my mind.
Man, you think there's still any, like, SOA fans out there?
Oh, I know they are, Charles. I can smell them.
Couldn't be
Living under
me.
some shitty rock.
Couldn't be me because I don't fuck with anime.
You
But
don't
you
fuck with anime.
wrestling.
I don't fuck with anime.
That's American
my saving
anime.
grace on this planet.
That is a live action anime.
It's better.
No, it's not.
No, it is
Fuck
not.
you, it's better.
You
I
kill
can't
after
beat
Owen
my
Hart.
goddamn
You
cock
can't.
to wrestling.
You very well could
I
if you
can.
so desired. What are you giggling at? What are you giggling at, Charles?
Only he heard it. It was so quiet. I didn't think anyone would hear it. And Trey just...
Say it. I won't hear it.
Go ahead and say that again.
If you don't say it, I want you to say it.
I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. You can put this down as my last words. Put this on my tombstone. I will beat my dick dry to Big Show's sweaty cheeks any goddamn day.
See, that's a man who knows taste.
What do you think? Do you think that man can fit in a car?
I bet Big Show's ass smells like mustard.
The Big Show has lost a considerable amount of weight over the years, despite being a towering son of a bitch.
Okay, cool. I bet he still got mustard stank ass.
I mean, he could beat the fuck out of you.
Big Show absolutely could beat the fuck out of me.
Not if we're together.
I think Big Show could beat the fuck out of you with Trey.
Oh, well, I mean, he can beat these cheeks any day of the week.
Okay, Bottom.
As long as it's beneath Big Show.
Or any other human.
Just Big Show.
Okay,
if
Bottom.
you're listening to
Charles,
this Big Show.
the Big Show loving power bottom.
That's my new official title.
That's the energy of 2020.
Fucking, I shook Big Show's hand one time at one of the, not the recorded shows.
And that was where it all began.
Oh yeah, that's
And
one of my
immediately after Big Show's hand left Charles, he said, I have to get in those cheeks.
A non-recorded show is a live event or a house show. See, wrestling's just inherently better than anime.
Charles is trying to say something.
He's
He's laughing.
over here reminiscing about the time the Big Show
shook-
shook his hand and he just grabbed his dick immediately after.
Big Show shook my hand and I love you.
I want to take you away from this.
Bro, you know who was crazy in wrestling?
The Big Show?
Umaga. You remember Umaga?
Dude, Umaga's dead. He's dead.
Bro, what?
He died.
Was Umaga the motherfucker who would like eat worms?
That's the boogeyman. See, this kind of reaction and laughter, you're not going to get from anime.
You absolutely can.
Absolutely, yeah, I can.
This man has never watched Konosuba.
That sounds so
This
fucking
man has
dumb.
never watched Skullface bookseller Honda-san.
Is that even on Crunchyroll?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't see
They're both
it.
on Crunchyroll.
You know what's not on Crunchyroll? The best of Umaga.
You know what is on Crunchyroll,
Is there
Dylan?
any moments of him besides going, bah!
He beat up Steve-O from Jackass. That's probably up there.
Now, you want to talk. I bet that man smells like some spice.
I bet
I
he
bet-
does, Charles, because he's goddamn dead. He's in the ground, dead. No heartbeat. Done. He had a heart attack. He died.
I didn't even know he died.
Dude, I didn't know Bernie Mac died for like 2 years.
Dude, I remember watching the house show. Same house show where Big Show shook my hand. He whooped the shit out of Umaga. Dude, he hit Umaga so hard. Like, when Umaga spit, it was like a fucking, like, a rainstorm just happened in the front row.
It lands
And
on.
I
I was about to say it lands on you, and you're just like, I love you.
Charles Umaga died 10 years ago.
You know, I was thinking
He died over 10 years ago.
fucking dude, he was always like the best, man, because he just come out, never spoke a lick of English. He was there solely to whoop ass, and that was it.
That reminds me. Do y'all remember when Great Khali was in The Longest Yard?
Yeah, that was
And
before he was a wrestler.
Yeah, and he couldn't speak English, so
He can't speak English now.
Oh, he can't speak English?
He sounds like he's got a mouthful of oatmeal.
Well, it was even worse in The Longest Yard because they had to subtitle his lines.
That's a lot of oatmeal.
Yeah. When he talks like this. And that's kind of racy, I admit, but that's how he talks. He's so big.
To be fair, this is like an objective statement.
I mean,
Umaga was 36 years old.
He was
Listen.
not very old.
rest in peace, Umaga. Dude, he used to be my favorite because he literally ran out, beat the fuck out of people, left.
Dead.
Do you guys know what Hornswoggle used to be my favorite wrestler? And do you know why? When I was young,
Short.
Because he was a weapon.
because he was a midget, and that is the only reason.
Hornswoggle is a midget named Dylan. So we have a connection.
You're both midgets.
No, we're both Dylan.
Oh, well, I tried and I
I'm
failed.
better than he is.
You are a
that's
full person.
debatable.
I have full height.
I mean,
God,
I can pick up Hornswoggle and just, cradle him like a baby and shh.
Hornswoggle has a child who I think is taller than he is.
Bro, what?
He has a child who I believe is taller than he is.
I got a question about midgets that I could very easily Google, but like I don't want my FBI man to see it.
What do you want to know about?
We got the comedic value of asking it on camera. Or, whatever.
Do midgets have a normal size wee wee?
That's a very good question.
I mean,
one time I watched a 3-hour live stream
of the Big Show.
Charles couldn't even finish the sentence.
No, I couldn't finish
Charles,
the bit,
who
so I'm
else?
just going to shut up.
Who else did you like from wrestling back in the day? Let's see who else is dead.
I used to love me some DX. If you tell me
there-
Shawn Michaels is dead,
He's
literally-
bald. He's bald and gross now.
He was always
Shawn
gross,
was the
but-
greatest of all time for many years. Still to this day, you could argue it, but he's bald now and he looks weird.
Well, I mean, that's what 20, 25 years of completely destroying people's chins and doing steroids will do to you.
Who is the guy who
That's
like?
not Shawn Michaels.
That's Shawn Michaels.
Let me see.
He's bald.
Let me
That
see.
is John Malkovich.
Dylan, let me see.
He's bald, man. Shawn
that's
Michaels is bald.
That's
is
the guy
John
who sings.
Malkovich.
That's the guy who sings Genghis Khan.
Shawn Michaels is a bald man.
Bro, I used to love John Cena.
Who is the guy whose like shtick was like he would bite into the apple and spit it in
That's
people's faces?
Carlito.
Bro, you know
What happened to Carlito?
He's in Puerto Rico.
Carlito.
Just elsewhere.
Carlito is the reason that I have a scar on my thumb, and I'm gonna tell you
What'd
about
you do to Carlito? Did you
Say
just-
more right now.
Did you just get so mad one day? You're just like, "Ugh," just bite
No.
your thumb.
So, Dylan, you'll probably remember this better than Trey, maybe. Do you remember the big ass action figures they had?
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
never
know,
liked those, and I have.
Well, they were a fucking hazard.
I used to have an extensive wrestling figure. I had like at least well over 200 or 300 of them.
God,
I
believe
used
it
to
or
carry
not,
them around in a big ass like bag.
dude.
I watched a kid hit his brother in the face with one of those big figures one time, and I didn't know what to do, so I started crying.
Dude, I got my thumb stuck in like the fucking like ass crack of his fucking leg or whatever for the toy. Dude, I got it stuck and it ended up like, I don't know what happened. Like all of this was like swelled up and filled with fluid.
Oh God!
And you know what's shitty?
That's what happens when we try to get in anyone's cheeks other than big shows.
You know what's funny?
What?
This happened more than once.
You got a weird fluid swelling from this figure.
Yeah, and it happened on both thumbs. And then
What the fuck are you doing with them to get fluid?
How about you mind your
Filling it
fucking
up.
business,
What
Dill?
color?
How about that?
What color was it?
It was like clear.
Ew! You got a weird blister from playing with action figure butt.
You remember how,
That's nasty, Charles.
bro? It's not my fucking fault. You don't want to get up in them cheeks. You don't want him to. You don't want like bite an apple. Never mind. Anyway,
You know, this reminds me, Dylan, do you remember that time we found a baby doll, like way back in the closet of your house you've never been in? It had a hole cut in the bottom of it.
Dude, it's like the whole like back of it was ripped. I don't know what the fuck got into it, but
I
yeah.
think you do know.
I've never seen this baby doll in my life, Charles. It was like in a bag. It was in a bag. I'd never seen it before.
Hello,
but
my
yeah,
name
it was
is
like
Chris
fucking
Hansen.
ripped. It was
Why
like
don't you have a seat right there?
it was like ass to abs ripped.
Ass to abs.
Don't know what the fuck happened to it.
Do you remember how WWE figures, you would have like the normal ones and then you'd have the deluxe ones?
You used to have the ruthless aggression, just standard figures, and then there was. I know what you're talking about, and I should know this just right off the top, but I think I'm getting the two confused.
Literally, the deluxe figures were more posable. They
They-
just had
they-
more joints.
I didn't like the deluxe ones as good. Never did. They were too lanky.
My only memory of like having WWE figures is I would take the leather vests off of them
Yep.
and I would put my middle finger like as the head of it. And I would put my pointer and index finger as the arms. And then I would get my pinky and my thumb as the legs. And I would make some like weird fucking like hand vest puppet with my hand. It didn't even resemble a living
Are
creature.
you okay?
Well,
I think that sounds a little more tame than, I was like playing with this big figure's butt and now my thumbs have fluid in them.
Would it make you feel better if I said that I did it completely like unintentionally, just like picking it
No,
up?
because it happened twice, apparently.
Well, yeah, because those figures, if you got your fucking like little shitty ass baby fingers like stuck in it, that fucking hurt. And like they had like,
well, I can tell you how to stop that, Charles.
Just don't put your fucking fingers
Don't
in
be a
there.
fucking idiot.
well, how about you don't tell me I live my fucking life?
How about
I'll play with
unzip my
figure
pants
butt
right
if
now
I
and
want
you
to play
suck
with
my
figure
dick?
butt. I bet you lick my soft but hairy taint. How's that sound, Trey?
Y'all are being
Sound good?
vulgar.
God, I could beat the fuck out of you right now.
You
Do it,
two are
pussy.
being vulgar on our family-friendly podcast. See, we're going to get demonetized.
Oh my god.
We're going to have to go to
demonetized.
Patreon right now.
Listen, if I had to go to
Subscribe
Patreon,
to
it's
Patreon.com/BigShowBooty.
How'd you know my Patreon name?
That's my Patreon. It's me just awkwardly posing butt ass naked with cutouts of Big Show's ass. Just in
That's fucking wild. Because I'm just pictured like you wrote it, Mama! Fluid in my
on the
thumbs.
fucking thumb.
No, see, it was all weird because it happened and it hurt like shit. But like a few hours later, it started to like swell up and shit. And that's all I remember is just being like,
How did you get the fluid out?
I had to go to the hospital and they had like take a hot ass, not a hot needle, but like a needle and just.
Dude, I just
Dude, I
fucking...
cried so hard I threw up when they did that. I was so scared. I was so scared.
Just fucking...
And you know what's
All right, we're
funny?
gonna drain your food.
Well, no, because like I come in there, right? And I'm already nervous because I hate doctors. I used to hate doctors as a kid.
I don't like going there.
And I'm like,
I'm an adult.
I'm sitting there and I'm like in the waiting room. I'm calling my finger. and then the doctor is like, all right, buddy, I just need to see your thumb. And I'm like, and he's like, all right, you're just going to feel a little poke. And I'm like, I can't do it, guy. I can't do it.
I just want to picture you threw up on the doctor.
No, this is
And not in the floor on the table, just on the doctor himself.
But you know what's even funnier? Is the second time when it happened, I went out and I was like, all right, I know what's going to happen. Standard affair. And then he grabs my thumb and I emotionally collapse. Like, I didn't throw up this time, but I'm sitting there in the same fucking doctor's like, just so to be somebody. You know how fucking annoying kids are when they cry. Just,
I'm fucking crying right now.
hey, dude, I was just fucking just. And like, he hadn't even touched me with the needle yet. And like, he almost literally has me in like a fucking armbar. Because I'm turning away. I'm like, oh god. And he does it, and like every single time I was like, it wasn't that bad.
Well, dude,
After I've just like had a mental breakdown.
have you just puked in his fucking floor?
And it's just so funny that the second time going in, I knew what was gonna happen. I literally knew what was gonna happen. You know,
So you fainted?
I didn't
No,
faint. The second
well-
time, I just had a complete mental breakdown.
Though it's funny you mentioned fainting because, Charles, I was going to tell you, if it makes you feel better, one time when I was working as the medical records technician at the doctor's office, I happened to walk in the lab while they were taking someone's blood. I saw it and I passed out. Like, dead ass collapsed into the floor for like 2 seconds.
I kind of want to tell another gay ass childhood Charles story.
means.
Oh, fucking please.
So, you heard about this one, Trey? This is the most famous. The governor.
What did you do to the governor?
So let me preface this by saying I'm a fucking hero, and
Oh,
I was
you're a hero.
acknowledged by the governor of Kentucky that I'm in fact a hero. No, So I was in
What
Cub Scouts.
governor? Which governor was it?
I can't remember.
It
It's when I was a
doesn't. That's
fucking
not the
kid.
important part.
So this happened when I was in Cub Scouts, and I think I was a wolf cub or a bear cub. You had different tiers of Cub Scout. You had tiger,
The
wolf.
Weebelows.
That's the top.
The
That's
Weebelo.
that's platinum rank.
Fucking Weeaboo Scouts.
I never got I get tiger, I get wolf, I get bear, but what the fuck is a weeblo? A weeablo? A weeaboo? What the fuck is that? But I digress. So we were at the Camp Blanton pool, and I didn't know how to swim, so I'm holding on to the fucking railing. Out of nowhere, this shitty couple to my right with their little shitty 2-year-old kid. The kid fell in the water, and these they're arguing and they don't notice it. Nonchalantly, I just go, oh shit, all right, well, they'll go under, pick her up, set her back. Everyone's like, oh my god, Charles, you did it, you saved her. And I'm like, let me get pizza now. I want pizza. So literally after that happened, I forgot about it. Didn't even think about it. And at the big, I want to say it's called the Blue and Gold event. It was an award ceremony for Cub Scouts. They're giving me a special award, a patch for my little red shitty vest for saving this girl's life. And none other than the Kentucky State Governor is there. Fun fact, this happened right over there, the Armory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I want you to imagine, you've been in the Army before, right?
Yeah, I've been to the circus.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, I don't know where.
Wow.
So we have 3 rows of tables that go all the way back. And I am sitting near the main back of this shit. And they're like, Charles, good morning. Come up and get your award. And I'm like, okay. It's kind of enjoying my food, but whatever. I also want to say I was a stupid ass little kid.
Well, that's not changed much as an adult.
Well, at least now I can tie my shoes. So I didn't tie my shoes. My mom and dad always tie my shoes for me. And I was, oh my God, I was so fucking nervous walking up there. It felt like it took forever. I get almost up there and I literally eat shit. I wipe out. Everyone was kind of clapping when I was going up, and when I disappeared. When I fell, I slipped and my legs flew up. And the whole room fell fucking silent. So I get up and I'm my face is fucking red. I wanted to cry so goddamn bad, dude. But
I just puked on stage.
Oh, fuck. What?
But I'll tell you another one after this that you've not heard.
Oh god,
and it's a very traumatizing story.
I guess ending on 3 Charles tales is a good fucking way to go.
I mean, so I get up there and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's the part that killed me.
Dude, I was up there and when something happens and you're so embarrassed you just want to sob. Dude, I wanted to cry so fucking bad. But I'm up there, people are taking pictures of me. There's actually a picture of me after that. My face is blood red, and you can see how, my eyes are teared up. And I'm just, shaking hands with the fucking governor.
Did you throw up?
No.
Trey said something like you threw up.
No, he said,
I said,
what if I threw up?
Oh.
So this next tale, our final Charles tale, you've not heard this.
Oh god.
Only one other person has heard this story, and that's my girlfriend.
Wow, Charles just flexed on us. You have a girlfriend, dick.
It is traumatizing. The reason I've not told you this is it has taken literal years to muster up the courage to tell you. And it's not that bad, but I think about it every night. So, Walmart has a Christmas party every year, right? When I was younger, we used to go to it all the time. Now, by no means am I a good singer.
Oh, no.
By no means am I a good singer. what possessed my shitty little kid mind to go up on stage and think I could do an awesome rendition of Jingle Bell Rock? I don't know. I don't know. But we're sitting there and fucking the manager's like, well, he wants to come up and sing some karaoke. And I'm like, shit, yeah, I will. Dude, I walked up there with so much confidence. And then I held the mic. They play the music, and I'm like, I realized how bad I fucked up. And look, it doesn't sound like it was that bad, but fuck, it was bad.
Can you give us a
Yeah, of course,
an artist recreation?
So I'm gonna grab the mic so if you hear some shit that's just me. It was just jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Look, you know how the same feeling. I wanted to cry so fucking bad, man, because I realized how bad I fucked up. And like, I tried to go at one point, and dead ass, the manager grabbed me by my arm and was like, "No, it's all right." And I'm like,
How old were you?
I think I was 8. But let me tell you something, all right? I finished the whole fucking song. And as soon as it was over, I didn't go down the stairs in the Civic Center. I jumped off, ran to the bathroom. It doesn't really sound like it's that bad, but I dead ass think about it every night.
I bet it's even more so around the holiday season. You just think about
Yes, every time I'm like, now, I'm going to tease this for a later episode. There is another secret Charles tale that I've not told anyone. And I don't think I'll ever tell it because it is probably one of the most cringy things I've ever done.
Let's fast forward till we're done with this. Charles. All right, here we go.
Yeah, now I know what we're opening episode 2 with. Anyway,
I mean,
we are like good on time. We have been recording for a hella long time.
well,
Like an hour and a half.
Hey, man, it's 5 years pent up.
God damn, that's fucking true.
fuck, I'm sorry.
Just do it right in the mic right now.
You went cough in the mic?
What are we doing?
Cough in the mic right now.
Because I also had the cough, but I was holding it in.
I bet that made just the tiniest little...
I saw it happen because I'm looking at the fucking recording.
But yeah, that was fun, everyone.
That was fun. I hope the, 2 people that aren't us who watch this enjoyed listening to it.
I hope you do.
Oh, you're expecting we get at least 2 people to watch this.
Well, I know my girlfriend's going to watch it, maybe.
And I'm going to force at least one person to watch it.
Sit down. Look at what we fucking made.
Yeah, it's like hey, are you proud yet?
Proud?
Have I validated existing? But yeah, guys, this was really fun. Do you got
This is
anything?
fun.
Yeah, you got anything left to say before we sign off and then fuck off for another 5 years?
Yeah, well, if you're watching this, the third person who isn't the 2 people we're going to make watch this, stick around.
Let us know what the fuck we should talk about.
Yeah,
maybe.
let us know. Comment topics you want to hear about. If you want to
You know
hear
what?
our opinion
I'll
on
throw
them.
this out. We have a Facebook page. I don't know if you know that.
We also have-
we have a Facebook page.
You know what? As
Because
soon as this is done, I'm going to go and update that Facebook page.
I will get like constant things like on my page like, oh, the Luserz page will be unpublished if you don't make a post or something like
Well,
that.
truthfully, I think we kind of need to redo the Facebook page anyway if we want to keep it up.
Yeah, I'll edit it after we're done recording. But yeah, we got the Facebook page. I'll probably link that. We don't have a Twitter. Charles has been banned from Twitter like twice now.
Once. Yeah, and I just want to...
Yeah, I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway for editing time. We have 3 other things we've recorded so far planned.
In my opinion, I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm in the process of editing one of them right now. And you can tell, like, they got better as we went along. It's like the 4th thing we recorded together. We recorded those before this, and, like, I feel like we're, like, a lot better, like, on recording now.
And I mean, I just want to squeeze this in. Please forgive us for how sporadic, or like, just from how we bounce from one fucking topic to the next. If you want to hear something, comment it.
I also apologize for swears, because we do that quite often.
God damn.
Shit happens.
Let's see, what should we end this on?
Rest in peace, Umaga.
And a big show if you're out
and
there.
especially to
These cheeks are
the
waiting.
Hart family. There were some jabs taken at them.
Yeah, well, I don't speak for Trey. I mean, God rest Owen. But if you want to sue anyone, you can sue Trey. Well, that's it. That's all the time we have for today, boys.
Sometimes my dick hurt, but that's okay.